Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. They've ranged from building multi-person pogo sticks to hacking chocolate. Any topic that geeks hold dear. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds. The talk you're about to hear was recorded live at one of the featured Ignite events around the world.
Is actually new to the Ignite stage, and he's been living in Tahoe since 2004, and he has skied on all 7 continents. And so to talk a little bit about the similarities between entrepreneurship and steep skiing, we have Rich Winfield, who started computer training school, and which was acquired here in Reno by Quinn Street. So with further ado, Rich Winfield.
All right, so go ahead. 2001, January, I was on a ski lift in Alpental, Washington, outside of Seattle. Came up with 2 ideas. One was I was going to start my own .com company, just because the .com bubble was bursting, didn't stop me. The other thing was I was always going to have a ski pass for the rest of my life. So I've discovered that there's quite a few similarities between steep skiing and entrepreneurship. The first thing is, jumping in is really the hardest part. People ask me constantly, Rick, what's the secret? How did you do it? And I say, well, the secret is I did it. I didn't go get a job working for Microsoft. I didn't go get a safe job. I did it. It's the same thing with steep skiing. Getting in is really the hardest part of the whole thing. You're standing up there, you're looking down from the top there, and you're like, I have to get to where? And but you just do it. You just have to let go and jump in. So, this is in Le Grave in France. The second thing I realized is that both are team sports. You really need a great team behind you. You often are going to be attached to that team. So if one of you falls, all of you are going to fall. And you have to be able to rely on all of those people, and you have to realize that someone's leading you up there. Sometimes you're going to be behind, sometimes you're going to be in front, but you have to have ultimate trust in all of those people. Those are the people who are really going to save your butt when you're out there. This is a couloir in Antarctica, actually. The third thing is you need to learn from people who are better than you at it. We call those people guides in the ski world, or insane friends who want to kill you. But you have to listen to these people, and you learn from doing what they've done, and you follow them, and they take you to places like this. That's once again in Antarctica, and putting together that team is really the first thing you need to do once you decide you're going to do it. The fourth thing you have to realize is anything but perfect execution just might kill you. This is the top of the Dana Couloir down near Yosemite. And falling here is not going to be a great thing. And really the same thing, that's the Antarctic Ocean. It's kind of cold. And you really have to realize that you have to do things correctly when you're out there. And it's the same, when you're putting yourself out there, your own company, anything but doing it perfectly could get you in a whole lot of trouble. But that said, the fifth thing I've learned is that the mistakes that don't kill you, those are the things you're really going to learn the most valuable lessons from. So this is out in the Alps in France. We decided to climb up to this hut one day despite a horrible weather report. The next day we were just snowed in. It was almost the end of our trip. We weren't sure what was going to happen. We ended up making it up the next day despite the weather. This is me skiing in France again, and for all of you that ski, if you want to try to analyze my form there, I'm not sure where my hands are. My knee's about to hit me. But the next thing is number 6, you have to be ready for anything. This is in South America, and my friend's about to get burned by the exhaust pipe. We all got on this snowcat, and it took us up to the top, almost the top of a volcano. But you've got to, this is in Georgia, the country, not the state. We found some pretty sketchy snow there. If we tried to steep ski in these conditions, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. So you've got to be ready, and you've got to be ready to adapt. And sometimes you might just run into like a flock of penguins. And, I'm not sure what the equivalent is when I was starting my company, but hey, you got to be ready for it and, be ready to adapt to that. So the final thing is, look, when everything's working, when everything clicks, when everything's perfect, it's the most easy, perfect feeling you're ever going to feel. And you just, there's nothing quite like it. This is skiing in the Italian Alps. This is, skiing powder in France. And it's a weightless, amazing experience. And there's really nothing else that you can do that feels like it, whether it's working with your team together and making that big, huge sail, or it's looking back up at the 3 feet of powder you just skied down. It's really an amazing experience. And the great thing is that we live in an amazing part of the world right here, Lake Tahoe and Reno and everything. And I can't think of a better place to do both of them. And this is the top of Jake's Peak. This is right in your backyard. So what I say is go out there and do it. Thanks very much.